Start with some breathing. What's going on, everybody? Now we've got our breathing started. I'm gonna start with a little, this is called, it sounds a little funny, all the Jewish but there's actually it's a meditation. They're called nigunim, and it's actually to get you in the mode of meditation. So a little bit about what I'm incorporating here with my Jewish meditation. I want to use music, breathing, and any way to get yourself in the state of mind. So this is called nigunim, and it's something I kind of put together a while ago. And it's very interesting because Jewish music, it's very repetitive because it is a meditation. So you want to like get into the state. So here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you for too long, but that's pretty much how you get started. You get in the mode, you start getting into that state of mind, and you just, you can freestyle it. It's fun. I learned it, I was like, I get it. Okay, so the reason I'm making this video, a little bit about this Jewish meditation that I'm going to be teaching. Where it comes from. The basis, the foundation of what I'm teaching comes from the teachings of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev. Now, and his like Hasidic movement that's alive today. Mostly in Israel, Ukraine, but all around the world, they're called Breslev. And they're very interesting because these are the guys that I was talking about in my other video that like, instead of, most religious people, they think meditation is strictly learning from the book. You're sitting in the shul, you're learning, you get your class once a day, and that's enough. And I found, personally, and with our generation, we like to be a little bit more in tune with nature. We like to go out, be in beautiful places, and see all the sights, and just really have feel like we're connected to nature and Hashem through nature. So when these guys were like, hey, you're gonna go out to the forest and do this meditation, I'm like, wow, these guys they're amazing, but it's like, it totally resonates with what where I was coming from. So, and then it is a spoken meditation. And they say this is the way the ancients do it. And it took actually now when I learned about how energy works and frequency to understand what it really does. Because I learned the meditation when I was younger, and I just started doing it. And there's an order to it, but not like it's more like a guideline. You have to do one step to get to the next one, because each one opens the next one up. So basically how it works, get into this like thankful frequency. So this is where I didn't understand. You get into this, first you have to get into thankfulness. So thank you Hashem for my life, for this, for that. And you get into like a 15-minute, thankful, and then gratefulness. Get into this, that will so the thankfulness gets into the next step, which is to be grateful. So grateful for your family, grateful for all of, how beautiful everything works and how symbiotic the creation is. And, you can get really into it, get into gratefulness. Do that for 15 minutes as well. So you say, oh, grateful, beautiful, how beautiful nature is. You're in nature, so you can kind of use the here and the now to really get this, to get into this state of mind. Do that for 15 minutes. And then the next thing is to be empathetic. You know, you don't want to be like, oh, give me, right? You want to meditate for others. You want to, like, you know, visualize your friends, your family, the world, visualize anything, you know, whatever comes to your mind that you want to, you know, give them energy first. And then once you get into that empathetic state, each one opening the next gate, then you can get into the state of, you know, I want this, can you give me that, can you feel? And there's a lot of cool different ways to handle it. Like one little thing is you can pre-thank Hashem for the future. So there is like that in manifestation, because then you're kind of going, woo, I can do that. So thank you for the money I'm going to get tomorrow. Like, yes, like that, just like that. So just a little bit about how this meditation works. I love it, and I want to use all the other stuff, the music, the breathing. I mean, even yoga, whatever you guys, you know, if it's connected to nature, it's from Hashem. That's my theory. And if you want to use it, I have no problem with it. So, sweetness. I hope everyone's having an amazing day, and stay awesome. Peace. Oh yes, I forgot to finish the thought about the meditation. So, it's done for 15 minutes each, equaling to an hour, which can actually be taken for that hour, or you can break it up to however you like. You can break it up to many hours. You can break it up to a few minutes if you don't have the time. But some of these rabbis out there, they're on the same level as like some of these gurus and stuff in India, where they're going out for like 13, 14 hours, like a full day from the morning till night, just in Hisbodedut. It's called Hisbodedut. The Jewish meditation is called Hisbodedut. And yeah, and that really actually opened up my eyes to Judaism in a different way, because I mean, you see these guys with these like crazy long meditations and you go, okay, cool. And then you see our, like, you know, our set meditations and, you know, morning, day, night, you know, and there's nothing like you can, you know, from your free will. And when I found this, I'm like, this is exactly in how they mentioned, that's how the ancients, you know, Abraham, Isaac, you know, all of our patriarchs, they're the ones who, you know, just went out in the desert and were like, it's all one. And, you know, they spent time in meditation in this form, which makes absolute sense and brings the Torah to a different, I would say, mystical side. I don't know, it just makes it sound like a lot more like cool. Like because it's one thing to hear it, but it's one thing to understand how they did it. So have an awesome day.